How's it going, everyone? I hope you're all doing really well. So we're in for the final session, well, we're going through the final session of trade for Muln Automotive for the year. It's been an interesting one. The stock has hit at the start of the day, hit a high. The highest point has been since the reverse stock split. So that's actually a good sign because it means that we've actually posted a higher high. Now, we have to see how it trends down, if it is going to continue to trend down or push a little bit higher. But that could signal that we are actually at least seeing a slightly upward trend in the stock, which is obviously always welcome news. And I guess it might be a sign that there's a bit of returning confidence to the stock, given that it's tracking well to regain Nasdaq compliance, and it's probably giving the stock a bit more of the value back that it is really worth. Now, since then, we have had a bit of a flattening of the stock. We've lost a bit of ground. The stock actually did fall slightly into the red, but at the time of recording, we're now actually modestly up by about 1% or 15 cents on the day. Now, I have a bit of a theory what might be going on there. It's the last trading session of the year. It could be a bit of tax loss harvesting going on there. Most people who've held Mullen this year have probably taken a haircut, except for maybe some of those active traders in it. But and that's fair enough. That's a financial strategy that you have to decide whether it's worth you doing or not. But that might be part of why we've had a bit of a sell-off in the late aftermarket. Also, there's probably a bit of sentimental. I don't want to be in this stock next year. There's a new year. Let's not think about Mullen Automotive. That's fair enough. I've been in this stock for about a year now, and it's kind of it hasn't been the best stock to hold. But each to their own. Some people will still see the promise in the company. I think there's still promise with the vehicles. We're seeing updates of vehicle deliveries, and we haven't heard anything negative about the quality of the product that's come forward so far. So, there is some positive momentum with the stock, I believe, operationally. And I think this week we've started to see a bit of a return to that in terms of the financial performance of the stock. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this session still finishes in the green. That means if we finish in the green, we've had a green 5 trading days. I know it's been a shortened week to 4 days, so we're technically up for the week. But for a 5-day period, we are kind of flat at the moment. But it'd be nice to have a 5-day period where we're in the green. So let's just see how this last hour closes out. So like I was saying, it's been a bumpy year for Mullen Automotive. I've kind of ummed and ahed what I want to do with the stock going forward. I've sort of said that I'm going to keep my position that I've got now. I might do some trading in the stock that I've got later on. Trying to obviously bring down the average price of my holding, or boost the number of shares that I hold. I'm down quite significantly. If you look at basically my average price for a stock right now is about $60. So, and that was before. Well, that was from doing some dollar cost averaging, putting a second tranche of money in, and a bit of active trading through the year. So I've just been sitting on it. I do think we're turning a bit of a corner in terms of positive news about the company, but I do think that there is a looming issue with this debt raising. I don't know. The fact that it's only just going to go into operations sort of suggests that while we were promised earlier this year that there will be no equity raisings, we've taken on a debt holding, which is arguably worse for the company because it's going to drain resources unnecessarily. And there's still some talk that there's going to have to be some sort of equity raising again to obviously build up the cash to fund further operations and growth. But at the same time, we're ramping up production, we're delivering more vehicles and bringing in some revenue, which is obviously very good news. So hopefully going forward next year, we start to see more sales being booked, continued fulfillment of orders at a greater scale, and perhaps if there is a need for further dilutive equity raisings, they're not too major, and the stock has returned some value. So that's what we're hoping for. And I think the fact that we're tracking really well for regaining Nasdaq compliance, I think by January 22 is the date we have to be still above $1, and I think we're going to comfortably do it. I think we're shaping up well. I have a theory that with regards to that debt raising, the company went down that avenue just to make sure they had cash to last them the period for while they're trying to regain Nasdaq compliance. So they must have been getting quite thin on cash. I guess we'll soon see, because it's the end of the fiscal year, end of the financial year. So we'll be able to see what the state of their books are like when they put out their updated earnings, which I don't know what the date's going to be. It's probably going to be early February sometime, but I'll be keeping a close eye out on that. Anyway, I'll do another bit of a recap video later on this weekend before the end of the year. Well, I'll try to anyway. But yeah, share your thoughts on Muln for the year. Do you feel confident that we are going into brighter times for the stock, or do you think that we are, kind of in for more of the same? Share it in the comments below. Love to hear from you all. Until next time, everyone, have a great day. And if I don't speak to you again, have a happy new year. Cheers.